This footage, reportedly recorded in a hospital in West Sumatra, captures a ward filled with patients lying in their beds. However, the video reveals something far more unsettling hidden within the scene. A shadowy figure, roughly the size of a child, can be seen standing beside one of the hospital beds. Strangely, visitors pass through the apparition without noticing, as if it isn't there at all. Adding to the unsettling nature of this footage, it's said that the patient in the bed passed away not long after the video was captured. It raises the chilling question: was this figure a visitor offering comfort, or something far more ominous coming to claim him? The choice is yours to make. Before we jump into the next video, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for your support. YouTuber Hassan Barbar decides to venture into an allegedly haunted building in Pakistan, a place avoided by locals for decades. According to legend, the building was once home to a young woman who met a tragic end at the hands of an obsessed suitor. Overcome with guilt and madness, the suitor took his own life within the same walls. What Hassan discovered inside the building will send shivers down your spine.
Ahmed, في حدا هون. يا رب. بسم الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله. بسم الله.
While exploring the building, Hassan's camera captures a shadowy figure moving from left to right. He rushes toward it, but there's no one there. Mustering their courage, they press on with the exploration, but things quickly take a terrifying turn.
أنا مش قادر. أنا مش قادر مش قادر مش قادر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله. أحمد ما تيجي مسكين من ورا ظهري. ايش مالك؟ فيش مسكني. لا ما فيش.
A disfigured, long-haired woman suddenly appears behind Hassan. Frozen in disbelief, he struggles to comprehend the chilling encounter he just experienced.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. بسم الله.
The unsettling events eventually became too much for Hassan and his partner. Overwhelmed by the growing tension and fearing what might happen next, they decided to end the exploration before things spiraled further out of control. Whatever lingers in the building remains a mystery. But one thing is certain. Some places are better left unexplored. Japanese explorer Kei from the YouTube channel Chicken Ball visits the abandoned coal mining village of Yubari, hidden deep in Japan's remote countryside. In 1985, a devastating gas explosion in the local mine tragically took the lives of 62 people, leaving the village nearly deserted. The preserved train is rumored to be haunted by the spirits of those who perished in the tragic explosion. As night falls, explorer Kei arrives at the station, determined to uncover whether the restless souls of the deceased still linger among the trains.
で、これ駅ですね。当時のこれが駅でホームだったんですね。あ、開いてる。本当に開いてますね。あ、古い車両となってますが、これ扉閉めますね。
Kei positions his cameras and waits in silence, carefully listening for any unusual sounds. It's then that the atmosphere takes a chilling turn. While Kei waits, strange noises start coming from the train car, growing louder as if something unseen is drawing closer. Disturbed by the unsettling activity, he decides to end his investigation and leave. However, after uploading the footage to YouTube, Kei realizes he captured something he hadn't noticed at the time. Something his observant viewers find deeply horrifying.
戻って定点カメラだけ一応ね検証という形でやってみようと思います。じゃあ定点カメラの方で検証しますが、まあそういうスポットではないということで何かが映るようなものはないのではないかと思います。なんか音するな。いや、定点をセットしたいと思います。
As Kei walks through the train car, a figure appears to be seated on the right side. But when Kei hears a noise and turns around, there's no one in there. Reviewing the footage later, it's clear the figure wasn't there when he first entered the train. So, who or what could it be? Was this an apparition of someone tied to the tragic past of the train, or just a trick of the light? The mystery is yours to unravel. In this eerie footage shared by a TikToker, a baby monitor placed inside a crib captures something deeply unsettling. Recorded on the night of October 23rd, 2023, the incident has only heightened their concerns. To make matters even more disturbing, their oldest child, just a year older, reacted in an unexpected way shortly after. It's important to mention that during this time, the children were being babysit by a relative who managed to record the entire event.
Shay. Cheyenne. Cheyenne. Cheyenne.
What makes this even more unsettling is that the parents had witnessed similar behavior before, back in the house where this footage was recorded. That very house was the reason they eventually decided to move. In their previous home, their children would often fixate on empty spaces, staring at things that seemed to be invisible. Sometimes they would suddenly cry, clearly distressed by something unseen. The parents couldn't explain what was troubling them until they reviewed countless baby monitor recordings. One particular video stood out, capturing something they couldn't ignore. This disturbing incident, among others, prompted the family to leave the house they once called home. They believed the dark, shadowy figure captured on the baby monitor was the entity responsible for unsettling their children. Watching the footage, it's clear that this is no ordinary person. The way the shadow glides past the crib and seemingly ascends toward the ceiling suggests something far beyond the natural. The parents now fear that whatever it was may have followed them to their new home, leaving them unsure of what to do next. A person, walking alone at 1 a.m. on his way to his brother's house somewhere in Mexico, found himself on a road known for its haunted reputation. The area is said to be the site where a young girl tragically lost her life. As he walked, he began recording, sharing the eerie tales tied to this stretch of road. But just as he explained the haunting, he saw something that left him completely shaken.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenas noches. Oigan, fíjense que vine a visitar aquí a un hermano. Dicen que aquí, miren, les voy a mostrar. Parecer aquí anda una morrilla, que anda una niña aquí en este baldío que supuestamente mataron hace muchos años, pero resulta que, hijo de su puta madre, ¿qué es eso? Pero, no mami, no. ¿Sí vieron lo que era?
As he walked down the eerie road, he suddenly noticed a little girl standing silently beneath a tree ahead of him. Fear and shock gripped him as he stared in disbelief. Unsure of what he was witnessing, he cautiously backed away. Now, was it the spirit of the girl said to haunt this road, or something else entirely? The choice is yours to make. Creepy Outdoors is a YouTube channel where he explores haunted and mysterious outdoor locations. However, one video stands out from the rest. In this episode, he begins his usual exploration in the woods, only to be stopped in his tracks by something truly terrifying.
Man, this place is so lonely. Imagine just being lost out here. It feels like this would never end. Oh, hi. What the hell? I need to get out of here. Oh boy. Whew. Okay. That was fucking creepy. I need to get out of here.
As he ventures deeper, a chilling shout echoes through the forest. He presses on with the exploration, undeterred by the terrifying encounter. However, could this be a warning from something unseen, or was he being watched the entire time? Let me know your thoughts. Seth, a talented artist who enjoys sharing his hobbies online, experienced something bizarre in one of his videos. He explained that he had recently purchased a guitar from a garage sale, sold to him by an old woman just a week before. However, every time he played the guitar, something unexplainable would happen.
I've never had an issue with ghosts or any weird, unexplainable stuff in my house, but I bought a guitar the other week at a garage sale from this old lady down the street, and every time I pick it up or strum it or play it, really weird shit happens, and I'll show you. It's some Lotus, like very 80s looking guitar, and every time I strum, like that happens every time I mess with this thing. Like that.
As Seth played the guitar, the desk lamp began to flicker on its own. A pencil cup holder toppled over without any explanation, leaving Seth unsettled. Viewers speculated that the guitar might have belonged to a deceased person who didn't want anyone else playing it. Others suggested it could be cursed, which might explain why the old woman sold it. But what do you think? Is this the spirit of a deceased owner sending Seth a warning to stop playing the guitar? Or is there something more to this story that Seth isn't telling us? Share your thoughts below.
Like that.
Nick is the primary caregiver for his elderly grandmother, who suffers from dementia. One evening, while she was in the middle of an episode, a series of unsettling events began to unfold in their home. First, the grandmother's dog unexpectedly began growling in the direction of the kitchen. Not long after, the vacuum suddenly started and stopped, as though something invisible was blocking its path. Yet nothing could be seen. Moments later, an item dropped from the top of the refrigerator. The other day, Nick demonstrated that the vacuum normally functions fine, and typically only stops like that when a person or object is in front of it.
Can you try to step in front of that? So it just does that. Move away. So that comment says that the Roomba doesn't do that unless someone's in front of it.
In the video, we see that an object falls on the ground. Nick later gave an explanation for this moment that left viewers completely stunned.
One of my grandma's little angels fell off the fridge last night. My grandma loves to collect little figurines. You see how far back they are. Genuinely. I mean, the significance of an angel falling and not legitimately anything else she has.
Nick shared that both of his grandmother's dogs have now developed a fear of the kitchen. Every night, they fix their gaze on that room, and at times, they refuse to step past the doorway.
I was watching my show, and there's nothing there.
Soon after, the strange activity intensified. One evening, the vacuum once again began behaving in an unusual and unsettling way inside the house.
Whoa. Whoa. Yo. Oh, that's cool. Jesus!
Things became even more bizarre when the vacuum appeared to trail after Nick and even plunged down the staircase, something it simply shouldn't be capable of doing. Even more unnerving, the device somehow flipped over by itself. All of these strange events leave Nick wondering if something unseen has truly taken hold of their home.
Jesus!
A photographer named Paco is waiting in his studio for his friend Eduardo to arrive so they can work on a project. Suddenly, Paco hears Eduardo talking loudly to someone outside his open window. Curious, he checks his security camera to see what's happening and is stunned by what he sees.
Güey, te juro por Dios, güey. Te lo juro por Dios que un señor me preguntó que dónde era la pinera.
No digas mamadas.
Te lo juro por Dios, güey. Un señor se me acercó y me preguntó, oiga, disculpe, ¿dónde es la pinera? Y por eso le explico, le digo que tenía que cruzar y darle más para abajo, güey, te lo juro. Te lo juro, güey, no mames.
Eduardo insists that a man was asking him for directions, but the security footage reveals no one there. So, did Eduardo have a conversation with a ghost? Or was it a momentary lapse in his mind? Let me know your thoughts. One evening, a guy named Pete was chilling at home, idly scrolling through his phone, when he noticed something odd from the corner of his eye. He could have sworn the wheelchair sitting across the room shifted slightly on its own. He fixed his gaze on it and even started filming. What unfolded in those next moments left him completely stunned. The wheelchair rocked back and forth. Though blocked by a pile of stuffed animals, it pushed past them and turned the other way. The movement seemed intentional, as if guided by an unseen presence. But the strangeness didn't end there. A few nights later, as Pete sat alone watching TV, he noticed something unsettling again. Were the disturbing events the work of a restless spirit lingering in Pete's home? Or a hidden draft, a mechanical quirk, or just an elaborate hoax? You decide. In the Philippines, there's a well-known folklore that says, when it's your time to go, the universe sends a sign like a warning, a symbol, or an eerie event. And this next video might just be proof that the old saying holds some truth. Captured by security cameras, the footage shows a woman in a red hoodie casually walking down a street. But as she moves, something strange happens.
Saan galing mo?
Ang galing doon kami UNESCO. Ito sa may Maligaya Street yan. Yan na mag-uumpisa mo wala yung ulo. Ang tanya.
Ano yung glitch ba? Sira yung CCTV natin.
Yun na.
As you can see in the footage, the video appears to glitch in an unusually bizarre way, making it seem like the woman's head vanishes multiple times. At first glance, it might just look like a harmless camera glitch, nothing out of the ordinary. But it's what happens next that takes this video deeply disturbing.
Camera niyo. Tingnan mo yung jeep dito. Ayun, no? Bilis. Ayun, nawalan ng preno.
Asan yung babae?
Ayun.
Kaya lumilalim. Kaya lumilalim.
Shortly after the strange glitch, the woman is tragically struck by a runaway jeep, and reports claim she sadly passed away from her injuries, eerily aligning with the old Filipino superstition that a sign appears when it's someone's time to go. The video quickly went viral across Philippine websites and social media, sparking intense debate. Yet, with no confirmed source of the footage, people are left wondering, is this genuine paranormal evidence, a case of a malfunctioning security system, or simply an elaborate hoax? As always, you decide. In this next footage, recorded at a Spanish hotel, a group of friends steps into an elevator that inexplicably won't take them to their floor. Instead, the doors slide shut, only to slide back open on their own, as if an unseen force is keeping them on that specific floor.
Okay, so it's been doing this for a minute, and there's nothing out there. Are we too heavy? You're too heavy. Ah, yeah, Sergio. I sense sort. Man, you need to hit that gym.
Mr. Dad, 1888 kilogram. What's going on?
You wanna figure it out?
Yeah.
Alright, no, that did something,
No. Dude, Amarona? I don't know. Leona.
What is going on?
Are we too heavy? Is there someone there?
It might seem like a mere glitch, but the mystery deepened when guests in an entirely different elevator reported the same behavior. Their elevator always pauses at the 16th floor, its doors sliding open and closed several times before finally moving on. The hotel manager ordered a full technical inspection and found no faults, and since the 16th floor is still under renovation and off-limits, there's no obvious explanation. Then, just a day or two later, the exact same unsettling sequence plays out again.
Yo, so this elevator is acting mad weird. We started a few floors up, and
It turns out a major power outage was sweeping across much of Spain and Portugal, and the group of friends just happened to be in the elevator when it hit. Fortunately, the backup generator soon kicked in, but it wasn't running smoothly, the lights randomly flickering on and off. While the three friends tried to make light of the situation and joked around with the flashing lights, something unexpected happened.
oh, he's cooking something.
What are you doing?
Yep. Yep.
I gotta pee.
Oh, you gotta pee.
It's making my bladder.
It's making his bladder.
I gotta pee.
You gotta pee.
I feel like a rapper. Go. I gotta pee.
Oh,
I'm holding my bladder.
Yep.
I gotta pee. I don't know what else is going on. I gotta pee. It's making me mad. Going like so. I gotta pee.
In the corner of the elevator, a shadowy figure appears just behind one of the friends. It's subtle, but unmistakable. Something clearly doesn't belong there. None of them noticed it in the moment, but after reviewing the footage, they couldn't shake the feeling that something strange had shared the elevator with them. Fortunately, the group eventually managed to get out, though certainly not the way they had expected.
Pull up.
No. Chimichanga.
Chimichanga. Like a hot pocket.
We're moving.
Where are we going? Wait. Stop. No.
That's the same one as before.
No.
All right.
After nearly an hour inside that stalled elevator, the doors suddenly slid open on their own, revealing the silent 16th floor with no call button pressed. Stepping into that eerie hallway was unnerving, but far better than remaining trapped in the malfunctioning elevator. Still, a haunting question lingers. What invisible force summoned them there? They may never know, but they're simply relieved the ordeal ended before it took a darker turn.
I gotta pee.
Dustin, who works at a small diner tucked away in the Appalachian Mountains, had always heard rumors about the place being haunted. Stories about flickering lights and tables that seemed to move by themselves. One night, while finishing up his work, he checked the security footage. That's when he saw something truly horrifying. Dustin noticed someone sitting in a chair on the security footage, but when he went to check in person, the chair was empty. No one was there. Confused, he looked back at the screen, only to find that the mysterious figure had completely vanished. But things only got stranger from there. Later, during his shift, an alarm suddenly went off in the diner. Dustin turned it off, brushing it off as just another glitch in the old building. But when the alarm sounded again not long after, that's when things took a truly terrifying turn.
I just got to work and it's a little soggy, it kind of seems like, so I might have to grab a plate. So I'm gonna grab a plate real quick and then okay, y'all saw me turn it off in the last, like in before, whenever I brought the coffee back.
Did you see it? In the reflection of the mirror, someone or something appears. Moments later, that same figure is suddenly standing at the end of the hallway, staring straight at Dustin. Without thinking, Dustin bolts, running for his life. So, did Dustin come face to face with a restless spirit, or something far more sinister? Let me know what you think. In June 2025, TikTok user Kyle Anthony uploaded a video claiming that strange activity had been taking place in his home, most of it centered in the basement. He films himself walking through the house before heading downstairs. His cat, noticeably tense, seems to sense something as well. If you listen closely, faint knocking can be heard from below. Kyle opens the basement door, peers down, and at first everything looks normal. Until this happens.
The heck is that? Is that you? What the heck is that? I guess that wasn't you, was it? Are we doing this again?
As Kyle scans the steps, a ghostly child's voice can suddenly be heard coming from the basement.
Anyway, I don't know. What in the heck?
Moments later, the sound of hurried footsteps charges up the stairs, though nobody is there. In another clip, Kyle turns his attention to the attic. The door makes strange noises, like faint knocks or shifting from inside. He climbs up to check it out.
Alright, for any of y'all who don't believe that this is real, then I'm just making it up. I'm about to prove it to you.
The attic looks empty, just dusty and silent, with no trace of what caused the sounds. Still, the timing of the noises across both videos, the disembodied voice, then the footsteps, feels unnervingly deliberate. Skeptics might argue the audio was edited, or that there's another explanation. If this is staged, it was carefully done. If not, Kyle may be living with something that refuses to stay hidden.
What in the heck?
A TikTok user named Andy Winehouse posted 2 videos on his account that have deeply unsettled viewers. He explains that he's been hearing unusual sounds in his house, not typical noises like things falling or doors creaking. He also claims to hear his own voice calling him from different parts of the house.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Hey, come here. Come here. What I told you. Come here.
The voice keeps calling him to come closer, leaving Andy stunned and in disbelief. He then retreats to his bedroom and locks the door behind him. On the next night, even within the supposed safety of his own room, he remains uneasy as scratching noises come from right outside his door. Andy mentions that he has a cat, but insists there's no way his cat could be making the noise he's hearing.
Okay, I don't know what you're doing. You can literally hear that. What the fuck? Oh my god. What the fuck? No.
Ever since these videos were uploaded, viewers have been anxiously trying to find a logical explanation for what happened. Some theories suggest it was staged, with Andy playing a recording of his voice from another room to make it sound like a different version of himself was yelling. However, this theory doesn't explain the scary noises coming directly to his room. At the end of the video, Andy opens the door and finds his cat sitting there, which proves his pet wasn't involved. But was Andy really being haunted by something in his home? Or is there a logical explanation that everyone's missing? The choice is yours. This next clip comes from YouTuber Frankie Quell. According to Frankie, he had just arrived home from work late one night and was completely alone when suddenly he heard a strange noise coming from somewhere inside the house. He quickly grabbed his phone to document the eerie sounds.
I'm home alone and I'm hearing somebody screaming in my house. Yo, what the f is that? Sounds like it's coming from back over here, but there's nobody that lives back there. There's nothing but woods back there. Man, I'm getting the f out of here, man. F this.
A loud scream from a girl was heard throughout the house, yet he couldn't pinpoint its source. Some speculate that the sound might be coming from a neighbor, while others suggest it could be a paranormal occurrence. Some even believe it might be the cry of a girl in need of help. And if that's the case, then he may have just captured something even more disturbing. In a small village, locals often spoke of a mysterious abandoned house at the edge of town. People claimed to see a black mist drifting from the porch into the locked home, and some even heard strange voices inside. One night, a man decided to investigate. He wandered through the first floor and up to the stairs when a noise caught his attention. There, sitting completely still on a bench, was the figure of a woman in red. Her motionless presence was unsettling, and even with light shining on her, she didn't move. Moments later, he saw her again, this time standing in a doorway directly in front of him. Convinced he had just encountered a ghost, he ran out of the house that night. But was it truly the lingering spirit of the home's past? Or something else entirely? You decide. A man named Ivan says unexplained activity began after he received a Chucky doll for Christmas. It would activate on its own without anyone pressing the button, even without batteries. His mother sometimes found it face down beside his bed for no clear reason. Over time, it triggered more often at night, and it did not take long for strange events to unfold. After this, Ivan decided not to take any chances and installed a security camera aimed directly at the doll, and it quickly captured something chilling. Objects could now be seen moving on their own inside the house. Viewers grew skeptical and claimed the doll doesn't even talk or use batteries, and that the doll's voice wasn't the original audio. So Ivan posted a follow-up video.
Hola a toda esa gente. Miren, que me han dicho, me han comentado ahí muchas cosas, pues negativas y no negativas. Entonces, pues una de las cosas que están pensando que es que no usa pilas y no habla, y que si es original y que no es original. Digo, eso pues al fin de cuentas con mucho esfuerzo. Y pues bueno, voy a proceder para que chequen de que dicen que no usa pila y que ni siquiera habla. Entonces vamos a checarle. Aquí está la parte donde trae la bocina y todo. Yo, como les dije, comenté en uno de los videos, no recuerdo cuál, no lo quiero abrir porque lo puedo dañar y no quiero eso. Entonces aquí es donde tú presionas y el muñeco habla.
Another night, he was watching TV in the living room when he heard the doll turning on and off by itself again, so he started recording. And what he captured was frankly terrifying.
Alexa, enciende luz habitación.
Hay algunas cosas con ese nombre: televisor habitación y espejo habitación. ¿A cuál te refieres?
Espejo habitación.
Muy bien.
The home security camera appears to capture something unsettling that he missed while checking the room. The doll seems to move by itself inside the box. At this point, most people would be thinking of getting rid of the doll or burning it. But Ivan does the opposite. Instead, he adds another very familiar doll to the collection, a creepy Annabelle. For that reason, it's safe to say we'll likely have more updates soon on Ivan's case. A video surfaced from an employee who works the night shift at a convenience store. One night, while he was alone in the shop, he began hearing strange, repeated noises coming from the store's stockroom. Feeling uneasy, he decided to film what was happening.
Tengo rato escuchando un ruido aquí en mi trabajo, en la bodega, y estoy solo. Y quería grabar a ver si, no sé, tengo mucho miedo. No me había pasado algo así, como de algo de sustos o algo. Yo tengo rato escuchando eso. No me animo a ir para allá, güey. Después de un rato me animo a ver, güey. Tengo mucho miedo, güey, la neta. Nunca me había pasado algo así, güey. A ver. Fui yo. Ese fui yo. Creo que la moví con la camisa. Tengo un rato que escucho ya cosas. Me da mucho miedo. Mucho miedo me da, güey. O sea, güey, checa esa pinche luz, güey. ¿Tú crees que quieren ganas de subir allá arriba? ¿Tú crees que tengo ganas de subir allá arriba? ¿Qué pedo? Güey, esto parece película de terror, güey. Sí, güey. Lo bueno es que tengo este foco, güey. Y acá arriba, por ejemplo, tengo... Acá me da miedo a veces que siento que me están viendo, güey. Ya me prendo el pinche foco, güey. Y güey, vete a la verga, güey. No se habrá metido alguien aquí a robar. Tengo un chingo de miedo, güey. Tengo un chingo de miedo, güey. Deja prender la lámpara, güey. Se la verga. No se ve nada, güey. ¡Oh, madre, güey! ¡A la verga, güey!
The moment he reaches the mezzanine and looks upward, the overhead lights begin to flicker wildly. Then a metal paint can suddenly falls from the top shelf, crashing to the floor and startling him.
No se ve nada, güey. ¡Oh, madre, güey!
Clearly, someone or something was moving around above the storeroom. But did he really capture something paranormal? Or is there another explanation? As always, you decide. Adam, from the YouTube channel Adventures, usually shares videos about camping. He had never posted anything paranormal until he decided to camp in a forest rumored to be extremely haunted. After arriving, he parks his van and takes a walk into the dark woods. A little later, he stops to have some coffee. He sets the camera down, unknowingly capturing someone or something moving in the background.
Whittard's White Hot Chocolate, the luxury version.
I didn't really think this through. I should have got a saucepan with a lid.
Did you see it? something white can be seen moving between the trees in the distance. Adam doesn't notice and keeps walking deeper into the woods. He hears strange sounds, but brushes them off as nothing to worry about.
I mean, the last thing I want to do is stack it down a hill. There are a lot of noises in these woods, but at the same time, if I was in the woods on a normal night, I'd just think it's normal. It's only because I'm thinking I'm on a ghost hunt, so every little noise, I'm like, is that a ghost? But in all honesty, it's fine. It's frogs and pigeons. Pigeons! I love pigeons. The light on the top of my camera, I think it's going to die quite soon, so I'm only going to have my torch left. Right, I'm starting to get a little bit lost, I'm not going to lie. I can't see anything. Oh, what was that?
Suddenly, a figure emerges from the shadows directly in front of Adam. He sees it and bolts, running for his life. But who or what did Adam see? Share your thoughts in the comments.